I'm so moved by everything we've seen so far that I will try to keep my composure, but this is a very special day for all of us. And before I begin my formal remarks, I do just need to recognize three people sitting here in the front row. First, Rabia Kadir, an earlier recipient of the Lantos Human Rights Prize, the mother of the Uyghur people, and a great hero in her own right. Ariella Kotler, the wife of Erwin Kotler, our honoree last year. And finally, the very, very best friend the Lantos Foundation and the Lantos family has ever had, and that's my forever Speaker of the House of Representatives, Speaker Nancy Pelosi. I am Katrina Lantos Swett, and it is my pleasure and honor to be with you today as we bestow the Lantos Prize on two remarkable women, Sviatlana Tsikhanouskaya and Evgenia Kara-Murza. Both of these individuals are people of great character, strength, and integrity. But at its heart, what we are honoring today is a love story, two love stories that have intersected with each other and many other such stories. And they have some profound lessons to teach us. We all know, and you've heard this afternoon, the outlines of both Sviatlana's and Evgenia's stories. They were both wives and mothers and accomplished professional individuals in their own right. But neither of them are people who had sought the public spotlight or leadership positions until their more prominent activist husbands were harassed, poisoned, arrested, beaten, and imprisoned after attempting to bring democracy and the rule of law to Belarus and Russia. And now, one of these women, Sviatlana, is the legitimate president-elect in exile of her country, Belarus. And the other, Evgenia, is widely recognized as one of the most compelling voices in the global human rights community. So yes, in one sense, our honorees could be called accidental human rights heroes, as we have done and as you have sometimes referred to yourself, Sviatlana. But maybe there's an even better word to describe them, and that would be providential heroes, meaning that perhaps with a little bit of divine foresight mixed in, they were ready and prepared and above all willing to shoulder the unexpected mission that was placed upon them. Now, I began by saying that what we are saluting today are love stories, and that is true. But what I mean by a love story perhaps bears a little further examination. The famed French author Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, who penned The Little Prince, Le Petit Prince, I bet everybody in here has read it at some time, wrote the following, and I quote, "Love does not consist of gazing at each other, but in looking together in the same direction." I am sure that you recognize, as I did, how beautifully these words sum up the story of our two honorees. What I find profoundly moving is how each of these women turned their love for their partner and their pain and anger at the injustice they were subjected to towards a larger purpose and goal. Sviatlana and Evgenia both stepped forward not only to fight for their husbands, but to accept, however reluctantly, the mantle of human rights leadership that was thrown onto their shoulders. They did this because they shared that same commitment to causes larger than themselves. They had been looking together in the same direction. And these two women have worn the mantle of leadership with exceptional grace and humility. There is another lesson about love and leadership that I think we can learn from our beautiful honorees. And I don't know about you, but I feel, especially looking at the photograph, that they almost look like sisters. They are sisters in so many ways, but if somebody had said to you, these are two sisters, you wouldn't be surprised at all. There's a strength and beauty there in both of them. So what is this other lesson? Love may begin, and usually does begin, as a very particular emotion focused on the most specific of targets. When we fall in love, we only have eyes for our beloved. And I hope everyone here has had the experience of falling in love at least once, because it is a wonderful experience. When we become a parent, as I have, my sister has, she had 10 children, so she really knows of what I speak. But when we become a parent, our child is our whole world. In fact, we think they are the whole world. But over time, something wonderful happens. Our desire to protect, to nurture, to help the ones we love to thrive and be happy begins to extend outward. And we wish that for all children, for all families. And in this way, our love is not a drawbridge that we pull up to keep our family safe from harm. It becomes a connecting bridge to a bigger world where we can help others. Sviatlana and Evgenia, thank you both for showing us how to walk across that bigger bridge. I have been incredibly blessed by each of the distinguished Lantos laureates that I have been privileged to know. From each of their lives, I have learned how to extend my own stride and reach as I try to do my very, very small part to build a better world. What I have learned from Evgenia and Sviatlana is that love that is gazing in the right direction, can embolden us and encourage us. Put some extra courage in us, encourage us to fight for the causes, for the countries, and for the people we care about. And when we fight, let us do so in the spirit of these two brave women, who I believe embody the wonderful words of G.K. Chesterton when he wrote, "The true soldier fights not because he hates what is in front of him, but because he loves what is behind him." I thank you both for lessons about love and about courage and about fighting that I will take with me for the rest of my life. Thank you very much.